Hi everybody, all my followers, welcome to another video. So the video today is on a 2006 Mercedes S-Class, okay? And this car came to me. This is the 350 with the 3-liter V6 diesel engine, OM642. I've done a few videos on these engines. But the car came to me with a completely different problem. Although the battery is gone and the car doesn't really start, but that's another issue as well. The problem why the car came to me is two problems, and I'm going to show you the problems. Hopefully we'll still have battery so I can show you before I need to jump the car and all that stuff. So the issues with the car is the following. None of these controls on the driver's door works. Nothing works here. The only thing that I've seen working is this little light that works here. There's here or here. Somewhere here there's a light. That light works. All these controls, nothing works. Electric windows, mirrors, nothing works, okay? It works fine from that door. No problems at all. This door doesn't work, and I'm going to try to show you that. See if we still have battery. I really hope we do. It looks like we do have battery. So what I want to show you is from this side, for example. Oh, come on. So this works, the seat, heated seats, as you can see in there. Everything works, lock and unlock. So everything is working. He's not coming up the window now for some reason. I really hope we managed to get it up. It was working fine. So there we go. So it's working. Maybe a poor contact on this button. All the seat controls works, as you can see. So everything works. Okay, from this door, this is what happens. Nothing lights up. Lock and unlock, seats, heated seats. Nothing works from this door, okay? So that's one problem. Even when you lock the car on this side, oh no, it actually works. If I lock the car, the actually pin goes up and down, but obviously it doesn't lock or unlock from this door. So nothing works from this door. The comments, they don't work. This is issue number one. Issue number two is the radio doesn't work. But the radio doesn't work, I believe I know why, and I'm going to show you. So someone has been working on this car before it came to me, and I want to show you exactly that. This is how I got the car. Okay. So my main concern here is this module here that does have some optic fibers network. The optic fiber cables, they are here. No wonder the radio doesn't work. As you can see, there's one there. There's one here, and we have some, whatever this is, everything unplugged. There's a few modules here. There's 2 modules here at the back, or 3 modules. I don't know what they are for, so I'm gonna have to find out and make sure everything is connected properly. So it's not gonna be an easy job, I'm afraid. This is gonna be a tricky one. But yeah, this is how I got the car. this module was right there where it is. Well, it was here, but it came exactly like this. So yeah. So as you can see, it's not very famous. It's not very famous. I haven't scanned the car yet whatsoever. It's the first time I'm touching this car now. I have the Maxi-Cs with me. We're going to do a scan. We're going to try to communicate with this module, see what's going on, and we're going to try to see which module is missing. I don't know what that module is for, to be honest with you. I don't have a clue. All I know is radio. Nothing works here. I can't remember how these work, but so from here we have telephone, doesn't come up, video just comes up with that. Navigation works fine, but under audio nothing works, as you can see. So yeah, radio, yeah, nothing really works here. So obviously with the optic fiber network disconnected, that is expected. So I don't know which problem I'm gonna tackle first. I will for sure keep both probably in the same video. I don't know yet if I should split these in two videos, one for the problem with the door, one for the problem with the radio. I might keep both on the same, don't know yet. But yeah, so we're gonna try to scan the car, as I said, and we'll see what happens. I haven't took the Mercedes machine yet. I haven't took the Mercedes machine yet from his case. I'm going to try the Maxi-Cs first for a quick scan, see what we find out, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we are now under where we are under. Let me go back and check. So we are under seats and doors. So the main page for the Maxi-Cs is this page here. So I went diagnostics, control unit, seats and doors. And the first thing I'm going to try is door control module front left, which is going to be the passenger door, and see if we can communicate with that one. So as you can see, I'm going to check the doors first, see what's going on with the doors. And we have communication, so reading the codes. Let me see what we have in there, see if anything that will point us in any direction, although that's the one that's working. So a lot of stored codes for voltage and stuff like that. The car is really, it's all stored anyway. So received, so yeah, so low batteries probably. I know the crank battery, which is the one at the front, is really low. I don't even know if it's charging, because the car doesn't start now unless I jump the car. So let's gonna try now the front right, so which is the driver's door. See if we have communication with that one. And it looks like we do have. Okay, so we have communications with this module. Let me see what we have in there. Okay, so we have. Okay, so we have a lot of stored codes, sorry, but we have two current codes. Signal from component S23, right front seat operation switch group, which is going to be this group of buttons here. It says is implausible or lost, and then implausible or lost, and then we have another one, S23, which is actually the same code. 9037, yes, it's the same code. So I'm just it's gonna erase these codes. Okay. Now let's gonna turn the key off for 10 seconds. Ignition on. Yes, it was. Now we're gonna have something on these switches that is actually shutting the module down or something like that. Let's see what comes up with now, if it's only those 2 faults or if there's any more faults. Okay, so let's gonna read the codes again. Okay, so we still have these codes here, obviously. And what I'm going to try to do now is, in the live data, power windows, thermal fuse. Okay, nothing here. Oh, no actual values. Okay, power windows, power window. Okay, so this is not very good. This is not very good. Okay, so closing system. Let me see. Central locking. Central locking. Wow, what's going on with the live data on this? Wow, I'm really gonna have to get the Mercedes machine. Wow. Right, this is what happens when you have... Well, let me... Hang on. Because I had... Let me come back here. Let's have a look at... No, same thing. I had the key only on position 1, but it makes no difference. So... Let me see if there's anything for the mirrors. No, it just shows no data. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Let me go active tests. Closing system, front right power window. I don't want to mess around. If I open the window and then I can't close it. Let me see. Central locking. Okay, so open and close. So open, let's gonna close the door properly. Let's gonna ask for close, which is F4. So we close fine, but that also closes. But that also closes with that button on the passenger door. So that doesn't really mean nothing. External rear view. Let's try this because this is not working. Mirror housing, mirror lens adjustment. Okay, so let's gonna try to run this because this was not working. Although these mirrors, they don't belong to these cars. So okay, let's say to the left, F3. Oh, it's actually working. Wow. Okay, so I want to show you when you look at the mirror. So I'm gonna touch the, as you can see from here, it doesn't work. Nothing works from the door, look. Okay, but when I actually do it on the machine, so let's gonna go, for example, left to the right. Okay, can you see it moving? Now to the left. I'm gonna go up. Now I'm gonna go down. So that's working. That's a good sign. That's a very good sign. That's a very good sign. So that's working. I'm not gonna touch anything else here. Lamps, I don't think it's gonna be nothing. I'm gonna try this. I hope I'm not gonna mess these up. So thermal fuse was activated. No. Okay, that doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna try this. I hope it's gonna close. So I'm gonna very So F3 is going to be lowering the window, and the window is lowering, which is good. Raising. Okay. Okay, so if everything is working, I mean, from everything, I'm sure with the Star Machine I could do much more than this, but I can. So I can activate. So let's gonna recap. I can adjust the mirror. I can move this up and down. And obviously seats. I can't do nothing with the seats because I don't even have that option here, at least for the door. Let me see. Lamps, so no, so nothing for the door, for the seats on this module here. So, but it's a good sign. It's a sign that the module might be okay, and it's just the controlling system, the input system that is not working. So that's where we are at the moment. So we did some progress, and I tell you that now I'm gonna dedicate this video for the door problem. I'll be making a different video for the radio and for the optic fibers network and for that module that is sat down on the boot. I'm gonna do a different video because otherwise it's gonna be too much. So I know only now I'm telling you this, but the title, I'll make sure the title you will refer this as the door controls problem, and anything else I'll be making a separate video just for this. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna see if there's anything for me to try to move these controls to adjust the seat with the actually machine. I don't know if there is something there, but I'm gonna look for it. Oh, okay. Electric front seat adjustment right. So that's gonna be the one. Let me see if I have communications in there. So we have. It's gonna read the codes. Okay, so all the codes are stored, so that's good. That's a good thing. Let's gonna erase these codes. This time I'm not gonna cycle the ignition. So I wanna go into live data. Okay, so seat positions. Value. Okay. Okay. This is the seat position. Let me see. No, it's not that. Actually, it's the only thing in the live data, isn't it? I can't really see. The. If it's normalized. Okay, so I can't really see the buttons. Goes off abort of his entry. High position because of position individual group value. Last goes off to normalization. Nah. I can't see really the buttons, the inputs for those buttons. Let me try active tests. Okay. So let's gonna go hey. It's gonna go high at front. Okay, that's fine. So I'm gonna try to raise the seat. So raise the seat up. Let's gonna see if it moves. Yes, it does. I can hear. I don't know if you heard it, but okay, it moved only a little bit, and then it just went down again, and then it stopped and gone. Let me go down now. Preconditions for the test were not met. Check when you repeat the test. So the first time I pressed, it actually worked. Let me try the backrest. Okay. Okay, so it worked the first time. I don't know, maybe because I'm in the seat. Who knows? let me do the following. Please start the engine, otherwise come and lose traffic. No, whatever. We're gonna turn the key off. I'm gonna get out of the car. Okay. And now I'm gonna put the ignition back on. I'm gonna go into this module again. And active tests. And let's say, for example, backrest. Let's see if I can push it forward. There we go. Have you seen it moving? Probably not. But it only moved a little bit, and then it just comes up with the preconditions for the system test were not met, and repeat the test. But it did try to move. So the first little bit it tried to move. So, which means, I don't know exactly what it means, but yeah, something is working. Live data can't see a lot. Control unit adaptations. It's an adjusting the motors. Don't think this will do nothing, to be fair with you. Because obviously we have everything is normalized. We could try normalization. Sorry about that, guys. We could try normalization, but I don't think that's gonna work. So yeah, so that's where we are. So I think what I'm gonna have to do now, I'm gonna have to take these controls off and try to see what's going on here. That's what I'm gonna do. Obviously someone has been already doing something, but yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do next. Try to understand why these buttons are not working whatsoever. These ones are not working as well, but obviously I can activate the window as we have seen. I can lock and unlock from the computer with these modules. So okay, so let's gonna see what we're gonna find. Okay, so we have established already that someone has been working on the car before, and someone has been doing something to this. As you can see, this MCU has been touched. There's flux everywhere, so it's like if this MCU does not belong or has been already moved from the original board into this board. I don't know. I think is this going to be a reflow? The solder, you can't really see it, but the solder on the pins is not very, very good. So I might gonna try a reflow on this and go from there. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna go for another. Other than this area here, to be honest, everything else looks quite clean. It doesn't look too bad. I can't see any other damage, but I don't know what's been done underneath the chip. That's the main problem here. Okay, so before I measure the buttons on the plugs that comes here, obviously the inputs, they come on these pins here. I can easily measure every single button, make sure the signal is actually getting here. But I think we have a problem. I don't know. I'm gonna reflow this to start with. And it might be that we're gonna need. Another board. Don't know. It might be that we need another board. Okay, so we did the reflow as I've showed you. I put it under the microscope. I didn't record that, but I put it under the microscope. I'm not gonna say it was brilliant, but it was acceptable, or it is acceptable. So I then brought the module back and plugged it all back in, and there is one thing we got an improvement. I'm not sure if that was because, sorry about that. I'm not sure if it was because the reflow we did, or if it was because we had the module unplugged and the module kind of reset, or I don't know, not really. But there's one thing we have now, which is live data, which I'm just going to show you. So if we come here now, I have the live data loaded here, but I can go back now and show you. So It's gonna all the way back, so you can see we start from the beginning. So let's gonna go to the front door module, front right, yeah. And we're gonna see that we still have communications, obviously. The battery is getting really low. Last night was reading about 8.5 volts. So very shortly I'm gonna have to either start the car or jump the car because everything's gonna start to fail. So live data, and if I go like where I was, for example, closing system, if I go for example central locking, so you can see we have live data. Before this wouldn't load, if you remember. If I go, let's say, to power windows, power window for example, there it is. If I go to driver door, switch panel, all the switch, obviously if I press, nothing, as you can see, nothing happens in there. But we have live data, which is very good. Now we have some improvements, which I'm going to explain you. So when I brought the module back, and I was here, with the. Let me position the phone in a different way. So when I brought the module back in and I plugged everything back in, I started to hear a clicking noise coming from inside the module. And as I started to play with it, I've traced it down to this plug here, which is the feed. So there's brown and red. So this is negative, this is 12 volts, and then we have another feeds here on the side. And basically I could hold the module and just move this plug, and the module will start to click inside. There was a clicking sound coming from inside. So you haven't seen that probably on the video when I've showed you the inside of the module. And what I've done here I'm going to do on the entire module anyway. But the pins, all these pins here, everywhere on the board, all these pins, they are, I've showed you these in the past, they are now soldered to the board. They are like compression pins. They just go under pressure on the PCB holes, and that's how they make contact. Now that system is prone to lose contact, get loose, they are prone for poor contact. So I've opened these again. I went back to the workshop and I've soldered all these pins here on the board, to the board, sorry. Came back and the clicking noise is gone, so there's no more clicking noise. And then I was just here trying to think what could be causing this. Now if we go back, this was my approach, my thinking. Gonna show you here. If we read the codes, you're gonna see that our codes, or our code, is for this. So it says stored and current, obviously. It says the signal for the component S23 right front seat operation switch group is implausible or lost. And then you have here then as well for the exterior mirror, blah blah blah. But this is because if I delete everything, if you go back and you see that when we delete the codes, this one is the only one that comes back. So that made me think, and this was my line of thinking. So this module here works as a gateway, yeah, and then this is a sub module. These buttons here probably is another sub module. This is another sub module. So basically these modules, they connect to this module, and this module in turn sends the information to the car, to all the other modules. So if I press to open the rear right window, right, I press this button, the information goes from here to this module, and this module sends the information to the rear door module to open the window. So I thought, what if, according to the fault in there for the right front seat operation switch group, which I believe is going to be this group here, what if there is a problem with this sub module that is actually disrupting all the other signals, or is shutting down? For example, if it's short and is shorting the IC that controls all these inputs, and the module just stops working. So I had this idea. I thought, let me disconnect that. I don't know which one is, so don't ask me why I went to this plug first, but the first one I unplugged was this one here. Right at the back, I'm going to show you, was this plug here, which I'm going to take again. So obviously the ignition is on. As you can see, nothing works. Nothing works. Seat doesn't move. Okay. The lock and unlocking doesn't work. The heated seats doesn't work. Nothing works. And now, watch when I unplug this one here. So this one is unplugged now. Look what happens. Can you see the camera moving? Let me show you. Let me show you there. Show this side. Okay, so everything's working. Look at the lock. Oh, this door is open, but look at the other lock. So this button is working. The heated seats is working. So all these controls here are working, but we still have no windows. Okay, no mirrors, no nothing. So this here is still not working, maybe because of this. But the thing is, if we go in the live data now, if I go to, for example, closing system, I just want to show you. So when I press the button now, you're gonna see the change. Okay. So if I go to the, let's say, seats, heated seats, when I press the heated seat button, you're gonna see that works. Okay. So everything is working now, but when I go to power windows, driver door switch panel, when I go here, so this is the switch. When I press the switch, as you can see, nothing happens. So they're still not responding. If I go to exterior view mirror, mirror housing adjustment, I think is that one in there. So if I press the button, as you can see, nothing works. Okay, so this panel here, this group of buttons, still not working. Maybe because of this. I don't know where this is coming from, but all I know is when I plug this back in, everything stops working completely. So with this unplugged, we have everything working except this. So my next step is gonna get this out and see what I can find. Maybe something here. I'm gonna believe this is the one for these buttons. So when we plug it in, there's something here that is shorted or that is just shutting everything down. So I think I'm gonna have to take the door card, because I don't think this comes off here. I believe need to have a look, but I think the door card might need to come out. I'm gonna have to have a look. Okay, so the door panel is removed. To remove the door panel, you have a little cap underneath here. There's one bolt here. Then this sort of storage compartment is soldered with 3 screws right here underneath. You take it off, and then you have another screw, another bolt right there, and then these all clips all the way around. No rocket science. And on the other side, hang on, because I don't want to lose that bolt in there. Yeah. And on the other side, just as I said, this one, which is the one that disconnected, allows everything else to work, comes all the way down into the Windows switch at the front. So I took the screws at the back. I'm going to take, there's one last screw here to take all that group of buttons. We're going to take it off and we're going to have a look at it. I do apologize. I had to rush a little bit the last clip, but it will start to rain and it's really cold. I just want to make sure I would take you through on how to remove the door card and all that stuff. So anyway, so the next thing I've done was unplug the ribbon cable from here, okay, and make sure there's no shorts. So there's no shorts in between the lanes. Already checked, everything's spot on, and there is continuity between this end and this end of the ribbon cable. So the ribbon cable is okay, nothing to worry about, so that's been checked. We're going to rule this out of the problem, and now we're going to open this and look at the insides of it. Okay, so as soon as I've opened this, I don't know if you're going to be able to see in there, there's signs of something being poured into here. So something has been, they dropped something on these buttons. You can see some sort of, it looks like, I don't know, Coca-Cola maybe, I don't know really. There is a little bit here on the edge. I don't know if you're going to be able to see a little bit around there. Overall, it's not looking too bad, but when you look really closely, I don't know how well the camera is going to capture this. I'm going to try to show you this. When you look really close, can you see all this rust here, all this corrosion here? So this is the liquid that's been here. There's a little bit of corrosion there. And then when you look here, can you see this black lane here? There's a little bit of corrosion here, although you can't really see it very well. There's corrosion here on this transistor here. So yeah, right here at the top, there's a little bit of stuff that doesn't look very good. So I'm gonna try to see if I can. The rest of the board looks okay. The other side looks fine as well, other than these sort of corrosion marks here and all the way around, a little bit there. So I'm wondering if there is a short somewhere here on this board. Whether if that was caused at the time that was the liquid damage occurred, or if it's something that happened over time. So we're gonna clean it, and then I might have to put this under the microscope, try to figure out, try to see a little bit better if there is anything that I miss just by looking like this. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna clean it first and then try to see the extent of the damage. Okay, so we found something here. I'm gonna try to show you. Let me turn this around. So we had to put a jumper wire here because of, it's gonna have to be around the other way, because as you can see on the screen, right there, so right there, that area there, that's the lane. So the lane that comes through there goes under the wire and goes there. That goes to the other side, then jumps into this one here and comes into here where that wire is soldered, yeah, at the end of that resistor. So the lane then goes all the way back, if you follow it back, and goes to this other resistor where the wire is also soldered. So the lane was completely broken, the circuit was broken here. So there was no continuity from here to from here, so this side was no continuity. So that's, as it goes through the PCB, it's gone completely. So we jumped wire these here. Was another thing somewhere, let me see where it was, somewhere here. right at the end of this, I believe it's a transistor, right here at the end. That was not very good. It doesn't look perfect, but it's much better, believe me. So we clean everything and we reflow that. And I can't really see anything else wrong with this. I haven't touched anything else. Everything else, I mean, I've reflowed this. What is it? This LED here, right at the end, right there, was all corroded. I've reflowed these buttons here at the top. These 3 buttons here, these 3 contacts in there for this button. Then the other 3 as well, because they were not very famous as well. We cleaned everything, tried to see, but I can't really see anything else wrong. The rest of the board looks absolutely fine. The only thing now is these pins here. Just as I've explained on the main board, they are pressure. They are not soldered, as you can see. They are just pressed in there. So I'm going to solder everything on the board on this side, as you can see. Just a little bit of flux and solder this. But yeah, the rest of the board, I can't really see nothing wrong with it. So I don't know if this would be the only cause to shut down the board. I don't know. We're gonna solder this here, as I just said, and we're gonna have a go with it. See if this right here at the top was breaking the circuit and was causing some sort of power down the board or something like that. So yeah, let's gonna solder this and then we're gonna have a go. We're gonna try it. Okay, so we put everything back. Well, it's nearly done. It's raining. I've been doing this nearly in the rain, but I just want to show you this. So I want to show you. I don't know. This, and I want to show you this. And I want to show you this. And all the other ones. And the mirror. And the other mirror. So everything is working now, but no, not quite. So we had to replace this group of buttons here. I'll take a little bit through the story. So after the last clip where where we repaired that lane at the top with that jump wire and we reflowed a few things. So I came back on the car and the weather's just been like this and it's been a nightmare to record. I do apologize, but basically when I put it back together, well, when I came here and I plugged it in, we had an improvement, which was, I don't know if you have noticed, probably not, but every time I would connect these in, obviously everything would stop working and all the backlights on these buttons, they would go off straight away. So that was another thing that we've noticed. I'm gonna turn. No, you can't really see it. You can't really see it. No, you can't really see it. No, you can't really see. Well, you can't. You can barely see the backlight at the back, just a little bit. No, you can't really see it. Anyway. So basically, every time I would plug this in, that would just kind of shut down that module, and obviously the buttons would stop working and all the backlighting would go off as well. After we repaired that, I came here, I plugged it in, and we still have no buttons, but there's one thing that started to work, which was the backlight. So the backlight here stopped from going off. and we had backlights everywhere. So we had the lights on these buttons, and we had all the lights behind these buttons. So definitely this somehow was shutting down the backlight on the buttons. But there was a problem. Although the backlight came on this, was I think it was 5 LEDs that were not working. So I went back onto the workshop and I put 2 volts directly into the LEDs, and indeed 5 of them, they were gone. So I did a quick research, tried to find these LEDs, this even before I managed to get the buttons to work. But obviously I encountered this problem with the LEDs. I couldn't just put these in there and then some of the LEDs wouldn't be working, wouldn't look very nice. So I started to look for the LEDs. I found a few, but I don't know, and that was always the problem. I was not sure if this is kind of orange yellow at the back. I don't know if the tone of the light would be exactly the same, the temperature of the light would be the same. So I thought, what if I get these LEDs, I put them in the meantime I might manage to repair the buttons, but I put the LEDs in and then the colors are going to be different. It would still look bad. I've lost about half an hour already with this board. Plus replace the LEDs, plus try to fix the buttons. Like the saying says, time is money. So I just went and I bought this control here of buttons, and as soon as I plug it back in, everything's working as you've just seen. So indeed, the backlight system was shorted and was shutting down the main board in there, and obviously for the buttons, something else on the board is going to be shorted or something like that, and when you plug it in, it just shuts down everything. So everything is working now. We have power windows, we have central locking, we have controls, we have heated seats, we have everything. So problem solved. I think the main lesson from this video is the fact that obviously someone has been messing about. I'm not saying that was not a problem there originally, but someone has been messing about with the control module, as you have seen, and there was nothing wrong with the control module really. All the problem was down to this group of buttons. What else to say? Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Hope there's some information here that is going to be useful for some of you. If you still have any questions, any comments, please guys just put them below. And like always, thank you so much for watching.